I'm Rob Sestrino. We're talking about the week's most interesting news stories for Tuesday, April 25th, 2017, here on News AF.
If a story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Factual news.
Yes, that's right. Here we are back again to talk about the most interesting news stories here the last week of April of 2017, and we've got a lot to do here with the gang. First, let me welcome back a man who, my friend for many years, I just found out his pen name for his new book, Brad Charles Dickworth, a.k.a. Tyson Apostle.
I think it's the full title, Bradley Charles Dickworth.
Bradley Charles Dickworth.
It's a great pen name.
Yeah.
A little backstory to that. We record this on Zencaster where we have to put our own names, and Danny put DCB because that's Daniel Craig Bryson, his initials, because he was named after Daniel Craig from James Bond. I tried to confuse Rob and put BCD, and then Danny came up with the name Bradley Charles Dickworth.
Does that mean you're gonna? Maybe we could make that the new Bodie McBoat face.
Yeah.
Maybe we could name everything Bradley Charles Dickworth.
Yeah, we can.
He's the honorary fourth co-host. And then here he is, the man named after the current 007, Daniel Craig. That would be Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Yeah, I share his name, but I do not share the same kind of confidence in a Speedo that he does.
But
Yeah.
you have worn Speedos.
I do have an American flag Speedo, and I have worn it outside
In
of
public.
America. Outside in public.
in
but-
Croatia.
Yeah, Croatia. But I just don't share that confidence. He looks so strong and confident in that Speedo. It's
You
not
wear
me.
the Speedo outside in America or outside of America?
Outside of America.
Yeah. Why is that? Why? That there's more sort of like,
Less people know him.
yeah.
Well, yeah, less people know me, and to be the whole in-your-face American thing, as you're expected to be a loud American when traveling abroad, so
Yeah.
that's just part of the loudness. And when
You
I
have
go
to
with
fit in.
Tyson, we're so loud that in order to distract from all the high volume talking and cursing, I used to wear a flag Speedo.
Okay. Well, you are what an ambassador.
Yeah, I'm a great American.
Okay.
A hero.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about here as we go through everything. Tyson, for the podcast listeners who can't see your amazing hat, last week you had a different cowboy hat. This is you appear to have upgraded to the 10-gallon hat.
I had this one custom made, and I had the other one custom made. I'm showing you guys all the fine details, but
A lot of turquoise, a lot of
that's good.
turquoise,
That's good.
red.
It's brown. It's a chocolate color felt. And basically, with this hat, I went in and I was like, I want like a real tall hat because, that will stand out. That's a real statement piece.
Right.
And the people making the hat were like, this is a 7-inch tall hat. People making the hat were like, that is too tall. We'll make a 6-inch for you. A 7-inch would be ridiculous. It would be like a cartoon hat. You don't want that. And I was like, I kind of do, but I let them talk me out of it.
Yeah, you want to hide your erection when you're at in a movie theater with your hat.
Yeah, with this.
Well, yeah, that's an important feature for a cowboy hat. That's
One of them.
to have one.
Yeah, because the thing is even just wearing a cowboy hat is enough to fully torque a lot of dudes.
Well, the other thing is, I was thinking it's good that you're married because I can only imagine how the women must be throwing themselves at you with that gigantic hat. I mean, it just
Yeah,
look at
I mean,
you.
now that I think of it, you see in like these like old movies where it's like the cowboy meets a woman. And he's always like taking his hat off and
He's
like
got it down by his waist. I know that's what it
Covering
is.
his dong.
It's to conceal his unfurled manhood.
right?
His throbbing member.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So they talked me out of the 7-inch tall one, and I went home and slept on it and was really, I was not at ease with the fact that I had ordered a 6-inch tall hat instead of 7-inch tall. So I called them back and was like, no, we're doing the 7 inches. And then they were like, you think you can handle all 7 inches? I was like, oh, for sure. And then I did.
I own a tuxedo T-shirt and I wear it on formal occasions. Give me the 7-incher.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's right. So you just wear the cowboy hat though, but you don't go full cowboy, Tyson?
I have cowboy boots.
You have a bolo tie too.
I have a bolo tie. I have some really sharp-looking Western ties. I wore a Western tie to church for Easter.
Yeah, but you don't have like a vest or any sort of.
I do have a vest. I have a leather vest.
Yeah.
I don't have chaps, but I have boot-cut jeans that fit my boots underneath them.
Okay. Is there a lot of cowboy culture in Utah? Like, are there a lot of that? It's not uncommon, Tyson.
Yeah, as soon as you get outside of Salt Lake area, it's lots and lots of cowboy culture everywhere else, pretty much.
Do people come up to you and have like cowboy type conversations with you about like horses and cattle and stuff like that and ranching?
You could definitely search those out. Yeah, you could find them. They don't come up to me because I'm gonna wear my I'm gonna wear a cowboy hat out tonight. So we'll see if I get some traction there. But when I wore my cowboy hat in Reno, I had a lot of people compliment me on it.
Mm-hmm. But nobody's striking up cowboy type conversations.
No, but where my parents live, my dad has a backhoe, and he's the neighborhood horse burial guy. So like
he's the grave digger for the horses.
Yeah, he's the grave digger for the horses. And then he has to scoop the horse and drop it in the pit afterwards. So like if somebody's horse dies of old age, obviously they'll call him and be like, "Hey, we had an unfortunate event here. Our good friend Horsey McHorseface died."
So
my dad will be like, "Okay, I'll come dig and scoop."
So if people approach you about horses, all you say is, "I don't know anything about living horses, but I know a lot about dead horses."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
My dad has 5 acres of alfalfa.
And dead horses.
And no, he doesn't have any dead horses. He buries them on their respective properties, not on his own property.
Oh, he doesn't collect them on your property?
No, he's not a horse collector.
A dead horse collector.
A dead horse collector.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, it's definitely there. It's not that far away, Rob. Does that intrigue you more and make you want to come visit?
To go visit the horse cemetery?
It's not a horse cemetery. Horses are just buried willy-nilly at random under the ground. They could be 100 right now.
So before you dig, you have to call the people for gas, but you also have to call your dad to make sure you're not digging into a dead horse.
Yeah, he's mapped them. He GPS tags all of them.
Oh, wow.
Okay, good to
So
know.
we can go back and rob their graves of all the gold and turquoise and stuff.
Their possessions, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson, is Rachel also adapting to the cowgirl look? Is she also going to start wearing hats?
She seems like she wants to, but she hasn't started yet.
Gotta have a lot of confidence to rock a 7-incher on your head.
Yeah, and especially like 2 people rocking 7-inchers at the same time. Do you know how much balls you'd have to both have in order to do that in a public place?
Mm-hmm. How many balls you could hide under your 7-incher?
You could hide a bunch of balls, but what I'm saying is like usually one fancy hat per group is the rule.
Yeah. Are you peer pressuring Danny to get on board?
I try to peer pressure him into a lot of stuff,
like
spending less time with his family so he can come to my house and watch Netflix.
Yeah. But the hats, just that's too much.
The bridge too far?
Yeah, like Tyson's grown out of the flat brim baseball hat. I've just barely grown into the flat
Danny,
brim.
I'm going to take it a step further, and I haven't yet because I haven't been jogging. I have a cowboy hat that I'm going to wear specifically for when I go jogging and stuff outside.
Oh man. Okay, now this could just be Tyson at the head of a trend. Because Tyson led the trend of running in trucker hats. That was Tyson's thing.
Yep.
And now he's going to start this. I mean, what can't you do, Tyson? You're that hat gives you all sorts of confidence.
Is it the hat or
I think it is.
Okay.
I wouldn't think that the cowboy hat is conducive to running at high speeds. I feel like that you would have a lot of you need like a strap.
Nah,
a chin strap.
I think you can hold on to it if you have to, but it'll be okay.
Not on a windy day.
Not on a windy day. That'll be real shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah.
But wearing any hat on a windy day is pretty shitty.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if the cowboy hat running craze starts to really take off. Maybe what about a weighted hat? That could be like a good exercise, Tyson.
Yes. Oh, like a like 60-pound hat for your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 10-pound cowboy hat.
So
Yeah,
people can't tell the difference between where your head begins and your neck ends or
Yeah,
whatever.
you have strong neck muscles, and it wouldn't blow off in the wind.
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah, and that's true. Plus, your neck's only going to get stronger when all your vertebrae in there fuse together.
Sure.
One solid piece.
So, hey, guys,
Reinforcement. Yes.
when I have enough cowboy hats for all of us, when are we doing Guys Trip 2017?
All in cowboy hats?
Yep.
Naturally.
So
Especially if we go up to Jackson Hole or something, then we would fit right in.
Yeah,
Jackson
Jackson's
Hole.
Hole. You never been to Jackson's Hole?
No. What do you do at Jackson's Hole?
It's a cowboy country, dude. It's in Wyoming. It's one of the top tourist attractions. There's national park. It's outside of Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks. Teton in French means boobs.
Yeah. I like the idea of Wyoming.
Okay.
So you're going to need a hat if we go.
Yeah. Feel like no traffic.
Oh,
Yeah,
nope.
that's true, bro.
Except for in Yellowstone, there is lots of traffic.
A lot of traffic.
So-
Well, only in busy times. When we went in the fall, fall one year, and there was no traffic at all, not even bears.
we did
Nothing.
see bears, though.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, weren't you with us the time we saw the bear?
I was with you the time you saw the bear, but the first time when we went backpacking with Sean,
Oh, that's right. We didn't see anything.
dude, we went backcountry backpacking all by ourselves, didn't see anything for like 4 days straight.
Okay.
But we saw wolf and bear prints, and I thought we were going to come across a wolf bear fight.
But it was probably just Yellowstone employees putting those prints down to make us think that those animals were there.
Yep, classic national parks move.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our top story at this hour. Danny, are you a hash brown guy?
I could eat a couple bites of hash brown. Yes.
I like
Tyson,
hash
what about you?
browns. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, watch
Crispy,
out
and then had
right
a bunch
now
of. Why?
that there has been a hash brown recall in 9 states and also the District of Columbia because a brand of hash browns called Roundies is recalling its frozen hash browns because they may contain pieces of golf balls.
Oh. Well, if are golf balls a seasonal fruit, or when are they?
This is why you don't let your employees practice their short game inside the hash brown
in the factory.
In the hash brown factory. That's no good?
That's no good.
No
I mean,
good.
someone chipped this right into the shredder and he's like, oh, it probably tastes a lot like hash brown. Just leave it, Bob.
Are the golf balls enriched with essential vitamins and minerals?
Rubber.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't really know what
That's-
they're made out of, but I don't think you can eat them.
I feel like it's probably kind of dangerous, but I also feel like you wouldn't digest it and would just pass through out your butt into the toilet.
Yeah, I feel like out of all the things you could digest, maybe this is on the safer end of products that could
Of stuff you could digest or stuff you could ingest.
Well, just because didn't a guy eat a car? Like,
Yeah.
there's people who eat metal.
Yeah.
and glass.
They
Yeah.
say that the issue is not necessarily that people are going to be poisoned. The issue is more people are going to choke on a golf ball.
Well, the golf ball is whole. I mean,
So the golf ball isn't hash browned, but the potatoes are?
No, it's not like there's going to be like a giant like golf ball in a hash brown. Like I think it's been chopped up.
Oh, you can't chew it so that when you swallow it, it is like a big long
also,
string
when
of golf balls.
yeah, well, wouldn't you recognize the golf ball was in there when you started chewing, unless you eat like a snake? I mean, it seems like that wouldn't even be an issue. You chew, well, what the hell is this? Spit it out.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can make a golf joke real quick for our listeners that are also golf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Google most expensive golf ball, and then I'm going to ask if that's the kind of golf ball that's in the hash browns.
How's
Okay.
it? Okay.
Okay.
No.
You, well, that's because you're not a golf ball.
Well, if
God.
Tyson choked on one of these hash browns, I would say hole in one. That's a pretty good joke.
That is
right?
pretty good.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? They're just recalling everything, or they're making golfers who are more familiar with golf balls eat this bad batch?
Yeah. Are there any like golf enthusiasts that they could serve the hash browns to? Like, could they take them off of like out of the circulation for the Gen Pop, but then like serve them at like some sort of like golf country club
clubs? Yeah.
clubhouse?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. Uh,
A special item.
I wonder if these golf balls are the Titleist Pro V1X custom urethane personalized 12 pack. Those are going for $925.
Yeah. And then what were we supposed to say?
And then you're supposed to, it's only for the golfers that are listening that are like, God damn, that's an expensive golf ball. It's worth it to maybe buy the hash browns and then pick the golf ball pieces out and try and piece it back together.
Well, those are a delicacy.
Yeah, it's like that food that's sprinkled with gold.
Yeah.
The golfer, he's like, wow, yeah, order me all these rounders.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I think we found a use. We don't have to recall these. We just send them to country clubs. And we have these guys that feel like ingesting the thing that they're doing is beneficial.
Right. Do we know exactly how this happened? We know that the golf balls were harvested alongside the potatoes. But do we know how they got there, Danny?
Yeah, I already said some dude was chipping into the little container that was holding the potatoes. And he's like, oh, sweet. And then he didn't get all of them back out.
Okay.
Or the potato trucks on the farms in Idaho, somebody was long bombing them from there. So it wasn't even a chip. It was a drive into the potato fields where the stacks of potatoes were already sitting ready to be collected.
Yeah.
Or maybe they make golf balls at the same factory they make hash browns, and they had a little bit of a mix-up.
Cross-contamination. That's why on the bags of hash browns and potatoes, it always says manufactured at the same plant where they manufacture golf balls for allergy purposes, probably.
for the people that are allergic to golf balls.
A lot of people are allergic to golf.
A double whammy, right.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah, you do. Allergen information.
Yeah.
I think, actually, here's the other thing that we didn't even consider that nobody's considered. What if it was sabotage?
Oh.
What if you'd like cored out a potato, jammed a golf ball in there, and we're like, I hate my job. I know that whoever's getting rid of me in a few days, let's jam these golf balls inside potatoes and ruin their whole batch. And then they came out with the news story and were like, there's golf balls in there. And then they had a panel of scientists run the tests, and actually there were golf balls in there.
So you think that this is a competitor came in and this is, some sort of
espionage.
Yeah, Tyson was going with the disgruntled employee, right?
Yeah,
Tyson?
but this is even one step further. It could be espionage, dude. Oh my goodness, this runs even deeper than we ever imagined when we first read the headline.
I mean, is it another hash brown company? Because I think that this story is sort of like bad news for the entire hash brown industry. I'm wondering if it's for some sort of like hash brown competitor. What's the alternative to hash brown? Toast?
No, because you
toast?
usually
No, potato squares. You can still eat different forms of potato.
different forms of potato.
No. You go to a diner and they ask you, okay, let's say you're gonna have scrambled eggs, and they say, okay, what do you want on the side, hash browns or toast?
Yeah, no, they don't. You get both of those things, dude. It's fruit.
The fruit lobby.
You can take the fruit lobby, or you can take probably like a granola or a yogurt thing. Probably the fruit. Diner. Yeah, it's probably the fruit.
Yeah. Danny,
the canned fruit.
The fruit
not
industry?
The fresh fruit. Yeah, the canned fruit, the Del Monte fruit salad.
They were losing too much money to hash browns?
I don't know, but I think this company is onto something. Why not make edible golf balls? You can play 18 with them and then snack on them at the end. You get a little hungry, reach into your golf bag.
Chug a couple balls down.
Yeah, swallow a couple balls. Guys can fit at least 30 balls in his hat.
Yeah. Oh my God, this new headline just came in. Golf ball shortage.
There's a golf ball shortage.
Wow.
Wow.
They're on the hash browns? Is that what happened?
I guess so.
How is there a golf ball
But then where are all the potatoes?
Yeah.
Where are all the potatoes?
Oh, I know why there's a golf ball shortage. Have you ever been to a golf course and wandered through the bushes?
Yeah, they're all in the bushes?
It's filled with golf balls.
No, those balls are all gone, and they're all in my brother's golf bag. 'Cause we spend, on average, 90% of the time collecting old golf balls when we're golfing.
By the end of my short golf career, I measured my success for the day by how many plus golf balls I was.
Yes.
I'm up 10 golf balls.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm in a golf tournament 2 weeks from today.
Are you going to wear that hat?
Ooh, I'll probably wear a straw cowboy hat because that'll be cooler,
Yeah,
not as
good
hot.
idea.
Okay. All right. Well, keep us posted. Tyson, are you a good golfer?
Nope, I'm super shitty. But here's the thing. I have no problem with cheating at golf. So what I'll do is I'll just walk by the good shot and drop my ball somewhere in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
just be eating a hash brown, and the golf ball's in the hash brown, and just squeeze it, and it pops out.
Yeah,
And it's right. Oh,
exactly.
a little
let me
greasy.
just take a bite of this hash brown. Like, oh, look at me. I'm right there on the green.
Yeah, right there. Oh my goodness. Maybe that's how it happened. The Masters was a little while ago. They were jamming balls in their hash browns, and then just like, let me scoop this hash brown. Blah, blah. Golf ball on the green, perfect shot, mouthful of hash brown. Life is good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about another food-based story, and everybody is talking about the unicorn Frappuccino. People are going nuts. It's everywhere in the news. Danny, have you tried this yet?
No,
You love sugary drinks.
I do. It looked toxic. Very
Yeah.
toxic.
So does candy and soda.
Like Mountain Dew looks toxic, but at least it's one color of toxic, not like a whole mixture where I feel like I'm being handed something with several different poisons.
And the colors don't even like meld together. They stay separate from each other.
It's like oil and water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tyson, are you into the unicorn Frappuccino?
No,
No. Would you try it?
tell
I
you.
feel like you love sweets.
I do love sweets. I'm not really a Starbucks guy.
Coffee
And if there was a coffee bean and a Starbucks next to each other, I'd probably choose coffee bean. I just don't like the flavor of Starbucks coffee for some reason. So, and I want to be the guy who doesn't taste the unicorn drink. So on my profile on Twitter right now, it says, I've never seen the film Titanic. I also, in a couple of years, want to be the only guy that's never tasted the unicorn drink.
Now, what does it taste like?
Sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts and
Yeah,
coffee? Like,
No,
that's what I
no.
can't understand. There's no coffee
No.
in it?
There's no coffee. It's just sugar. Yeah. Do you like sugar? It's the building block of life.
The person or the
No, that we already know the answer to that.
the substance, the sweetness.
Substance.
Okay.
In order for humans to survive on a planet, they need three things: water, air, and sugar. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty well documented.
Yeah. So I don't think I would get this, but they shouldn't call it a Frappuccino if there's no coffee in it.
Yeah, they're a little loosey-goosey with their titles.
Yeah.
Well, are you also upset with the fact they call it unicorn if there's no real unicorn in it? Does that bother you?
Yeah. I mean, there's unicorn jizz, but there's no like, it's not like unicorn meat.
Well, I'd like to go to that unicorn milking farm.
Yeah.
They just use those cow milkers, electronic cow milkers.
Oh, I thought the last unicorn died in that documentary with Tom Cruise.
No, the last unicorn died in the show The Last Unicorn, where America did the entire soundtrack.
Wow.
Okay, so where are they getting this unicorn?
Well, we don't know
Have you ever-
exactly where they came up with the idea for this, but in addition to it being too popular, the Starbucks baristas are complaining that it is stressing them out. It's very hard to meet the demand of all the people that want the unicorn Frappuccino.
And I think that they're not used to that much color in their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very like earthy look to a Starbucks, and now it's just like, whoa, what's this?
Right. And the baristas are going home sticky with unicorn crap all over their hands and hair, Tyson, going back to what you were alluding to potentially.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
No, they're sticky.
Oh
Right.
my goodness. Yeah.
How do the Starbucks employees, how do the baristas take down the super popular unicorn Frappuccino?
Yeah, do an undercover video of the unicorn milking farm.
Oh, yeah, we got to
those-
get that out there.
You get that out there. The working conditions are horrible. All the tubes are dirty. I think that you're going to get, that's the right way to approach this.
Right. Tyson, can they drop a few golf balls into the unicorn Frappuccino?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, if you want to improve your golf game, I suppose you definitely want to ingest some golf balls. So here's what I'm wondering.
Popularity.
is unicorn jizz an unlimited resource? A renewable resource? Because I think it's not. And I think they're going to run out of ingredients here soon. Then they'll have to substitute it with something, which golf ball is a pretty, like, it kind of takes on the flavor of whatever you mix it with.
You've had a lot of golf ball in your lifetime, Tyson?
I'm just imagining. So I think that I think you could use golf ball in there.
Well, it works in one way. It takes up a lot of volume. So if you don't have as much unicorn goop, then you put
GOOP.
.com. I'm surprised this isn't a goop product.
Yeah.
Maybe they consulted Gwen on, hey, what's something crazy we could do over here at Starbucks?
Yeah.
And then after the moon dust,
So unicorn Frappuccino.
Yeah.
Rob, Nicole hasn't had a unicorn Frappuccino?
No, I don't think that she'd be into it. I do think that my kids would be into it, but Nicole does not seem like that she would be up for that.
Yeah, I kind of am I'm adverse to anything that is so trendy so quickly. I don't know why. It's just me trying to be different, probably.
Yeah.
Trying to march to the beat of my own drum.
Yeah. The crowd goes left, you go right.
Correct.
Right off the cliff.
Right off the cliff.
But the first one off the cliff on that side.
Yeah. The first one off the cliff and everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, that's right.
You need all the other bodies to cushion your blow. That's why you follow the crowd.
Yeah.
So I see.
We'll see if anybody else follows the Starbucks trend. Like, will we get like the Burger King unicorn hamburger, burger or unicorn Whopper coming out soon? I feel like that one of these companies does this, the unicorn pizza, and I feel like that more will be on the way, Dan.
It really is.
What about other
genius.
things like you could do Centaur?
No, unicorns have been real
Minotaur.
hot for a while. They've been real hot. I'm surprised that it makes so much sense to me now that Starbucks has done it.
Yeah.
No?
I don't know. I think you'd come out with Centaur and Minotaur. You come out with those drinks. Maybe they're more of like juice.
Frappuccino looks like.
It's very dark.
It's got hair in it. It's got some hair in it.
It's very black with some hair in it, and it smells like a swamp.
Yeah. See,
is it
Danny?
like protein powder in it? How
of course. No, it is. It's very manly, right?
Yeah.
It has protein powder, raw egg.
It's part of that diet where CrossFitters eat.
It's like keto.
So, and it has coffee beans in it at the bottom, and you have to chew them up.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to chew it or snort them.
Or snort.
Snort
What's
whole
the bottom,
coffee
golf
beans.
balls? Oh, the coffee beans.
Coffee beans. So is that the Centaur? Yeah, I'd like to order the Centaur, please.
What about the Griffin?
The Griffin. I'd like to have some Griffin juice.
I think the unicorn really was the trendiest of the mythological beasts.
I think so. That sounds about right.
The Pegasus. I think the Pegasus is maybe a close second, but a unicorn Pegasus, which is not a real animal, that's make-believe for sure. It could possibly, but I don't know what a unicorn Pegasus is called.
Well, let's just stick with Pegasus because that's just too much, Tyson.
Too much.
Pegasus doesn't have a horn on its head.
I can see Pegasus juice.
Yeah, there's a band called Pegasus Fantastica that's pretty dope.
Pretty good.
Well, speaking of Pegasus juice, Lancelot sends us this story about a new Wi-Fi juicer, which is called the Juicero.
I read about this.
Yeah, Tyson, are you a juicing guy? Do you juice?
No, but I will drink juice if it's made for me, or if I purchase it, or if someone purchases it for me. I don't want to do any of the labor involved with juicing, but I will ingest juice.
And Danny, you're against juice, right?
Well, that makes me sound like I'm very anti-juice.
No, he likes Mountain Dew.
Be careful.
Yeah, he likes Mountain Dew.
That's not juice.
Look, it's like 3%. I like to have just a low percentage of juice. I like synthetics.
Yeah. Rob, don't crush Danny's belief of what juice is. Danny's kids also believe that Mountain Dew is juice. Drink your juice, kids.
Actually, yesterday I went to Taco Bell and I got a Mountain Dew Baja Blast Freeze, which is just a Mountain Dew juice with some ice. And I looked over, I was doing some work and I looked over and my 2-year-old was going to town.
Nice.
Baja Blast?
I said, I'm like, drink it up. That's good for you. That's some good juice you're drinking.
It's juice. My sister used to be like dietary consultant for people that were trying to lose weight.
Mhm.
And she went to this very heavy set woman and said, hey, we first things first, we're just going to have you cut everything, any type of drink out of your diet except for water. You're only allowed to drink water. That's the only liquid you can ingest. And 2 weeks go by, and my sister shows up and asks her about how it's going. And she's like, it's good, but water's a little boring. So I just added this Kool-Aid mix to it every time I drank it. And then it was super easy. And my sister was like, yeah, that's, I mean, that kind of is against the entire idea of why we were having you drink water in the first place, but whatever. Kool-Aid's delicious.
They don't put Kool-Aid in the water.
Yeah, she didn't say don't put Kool-Aid in the water. That's true.
Yeah.
This juicer also sounds like it'd be a good Goop product.
Yeah, well, let's explain how it works. So it's a $400 Wi-Fi juicer, which
Very reasonable.
actually, where most juicers take juice from fruit, this juicer is so good it skips that step.
Oh,
So instead of having to go to the store and buy the fruit and cut it and peel it and put it into the
Yuck.
juicer, this operates by you buy bags that are filled with the
juice.
pre-bagged juicing ingredients. And then when you turn the machine on, it squeezes the bag and makes all of the liquid inside go out into your glass.
Oh, so it's like a Capri Sun opener.
Yes.
It's not really a juicer, it's a bag squeezer.
It's a bag squeezer, right? Which then puts the liquid into your glass.
Oh, and then at that point you can drink it.
Right.
But it's not from fresh fruit.
No, it's I guess from pre-juiced.
Pre-juiced, yeah.
Yeah, stuff.
Pre-juiced fruit. So, well, but could it open a Capri Sun?
And you're sure you don't own one of these, Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet, but I'm
Not
sure
yet.
there's
Okay.
one in the mail on its way.
Yeah.
Now, if you had a like a sharp straw, you could just then drink the actual bag itself like a Capri Sun without use of the machine, but that's not Wi-Fi enabled.
So really, you're just paying for the Wi-Fi enabled juice squeezer. Although I read that to get their juice, which is what some people really like, is their actual juice, you have to buy the machine. So it's not like you can't get the juice without the machine. So you have to pay that $400 just to get the juice to your house.
Buy into the system.
Yeah, to buy into the system.
I mean, it's not unlike paying tithes or something like that to be part of a club.
A juice tithe.
A juice tithing, yeah.
That is pretty similar. Now, I don't know necessarily why this needs to be Wi-Fi, because if I'm not near the machine and the machine is making the juice, I don't know necessarily what is the benefit of if I'm in the other room.
I'll tell you right now, Rob. It's I have a Wi-Fi coffee maker, which I also never use the Wi-Fi function of. Is that right when you wake up, you can push the button on your phone and have it juice for you. So by the time you've gotten up, taken your morning pee, washed your hands if you're a hands washing type of guy, rinsed your face off, walk out to the kitchen, there's a juice sitting there waiting for you.
Or
fresh squoze juice bag.
Or there's juice all over your floor because you didn't
to put the glass.
Yeah, I mean, that's the stupid thing. It's like you have to go over and put a glass there anyway. Is it going to be that hard to push a button when you're over there?
Right.
You set it up at night, though.
Yeah, right.
But Tyson, is that a coffee pot or just a single serve cup of coffee that you have?
It's a coffee pot.
Yeah. So, I mean, so the coffee pot could take like, 10, 15 minutes to make the pot of coffee. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, it does.
In terms of like the like automatic car starter of it all. I don't know how long it takes to squeeze the juice out of the bag.
Well, okay. So let's say you're at the juice maker store and you're looking around and you see two juicers next to each other, both $400. And one says Wi-Fi juice maker and the other one says non-Wi-Fi juice maker. Which one are you going to choose?
I don't know.
The non-Wi-Fi juice maker? Why would they even advertise that?
That's
It doesn't
insane.
have that.
If it says Wi-Fi, I buy it, even if it's not practical.
There we go.
Are you concerned about hackers hacking your coffee, Tyson?
No. Should I be?
I don't know. Like, it could be possible. I mean, I think that it's really easy, right, Danny, for them to get into these Wi-Fi enabled devices. I mean, you could get hacked and be drinking decaf and not even know it.
Oh,
Well,
what
the
a
coffee
crime.
maker has to be still loaded with the coffee, the grounds, the coffee grinds. Is that what you call it?
Right.
And then water too. So if you don't have those two things, the coffee maker won't even run.
I could go for a Wi-Fi pizza maker. That sounds delicious. Or a Wi-Fi.
So like when you get it, when you wake up in bed, you can push make, and then after you are done taking your morning pee and washing your hands, there's a fresh pizza.
Load in the dough and the cheese and
it's a refrigerated maker, so it refrigerates all night.
And then it has conveyor belt that puts it into the oven, and then it squeezes some fresh Mountain Dew into a cup. And then
the vending machine more than a Wi-Fi enabled pizza maker.
Well, whatever it is, I think that would be better than the stupid juice maker. Yeah.
What about how much butlers?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. For the $400 plus whatever the juice is to buy, couldn't you just hire someone who actually squeezes fresh fruit for you every morning?
I bet you could. Yeah, I bet you could have somebody come over. Let's see, 400 divided by 30. That's $15. You think you could charge some? You could pay somebody $15 to squeeze your juice and then leave.
Well, that's pretty cheap for squeezing your juice. I think
if they're like your next door neighbor and it almost costs them nothing to show up.
I think that you're forgetting also that they have to pay for the packet of juice. So it's not just the $400, but it's the additional packets. So you could probably pay them a little bit more.
Yeah. So the $15 juice squeezer, are they going to come over and squeeze your juice that you already have the packet there, or they're bringing you the packet, or they carry like a cart full of fruit?
They're a cart full of fruit, I think.
Yeah, they're smashing it by hand. You could pay Gallagher to come over with his giant hammer.
Right.
That'd be sweet. I bet you he's out of work. You could probably get him real cheap.
Yeah, probably $5 to $10.
Maybe the mallet.
If somebody had like a juice route where they had like a wheelbarrow like full of oranges and they come down your block, and then every single person on your block wanted that $15 juice, that would be a good business.
He'd be like the juice man, but you could even get OJ to do it when he gets out of jail because he already has the nickname the juice.
You're not going to invite OJ into your home?
No, you don't want that.
He'll have a mallet for squeezing that juice.
Nope.
He'll have a big old super heavy mallet for squeezing juice.
I'm all for the Gallagher idea because you get the juice. You get Gallagher in there. He's probably funny. He does a little routine in the morning. He smashes your juice. Your kids are sitting at the breakfast table with plastic sheeting over them.
I'd feel better if Gallagher was with OJ. I feel like it would lighten the mood. I feel like it might be awkward with just OJ.
Be too heavy.
Don't you think that too much citrus acid on OJ's hands are going to be a problem? I feel like that he's going to get like through a couple of houses and he's not going to be able to continue with all of that citrus acid.
He'll have some gloves.
He can wear they can give gloves to OJ.
Oh yeah, they'll find a pair of gloves that they'll contour to his hand, and when he takes them off, maybe they'll shrink a little bit. Leather gloves.
That's a great idea. Gallagher and OJ, the juice team, come in and squeeze in fresh juice for $20.
$20? Yeah. I feel like with two of them, you probably have to make it 40.
Could we get our listeners to tweet to Gallagher and OJ and see if they're game for this?
Is OJ on Twitter?
Probably.
He's in the prison system.
I bet he's on Twitter. You don't think he joined Twitter before he got arrested?
I'm
not
not
they let
sure.
him delete his
Twitter
account?
was invented before he got arrested.
I'll find out right now, guys.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of these smart devices.
And Gallagher, I don't know what he's up to. If he's on there.
He's probably tweeting.
Yeah. What's his first name? Noel?
Nobody knows. Is it Bradley?
Yeah.
Bradley Dickworth.
Yeah.
Gallagher.
I think this is him. This is Noel Gallagher.
Is he still strong enough to swing a mallet?
Yeah. Looks like it. He looks good. So
he's on Twitter?
Yeah, I think this might be him. I'm looking at the different I just don't know what his first name is. I don't know if he changed his look.
What, crazy? Does the person look crazy? Because that would be him.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we need to get some more information. You got to make sure you're not following his brother. Also, his brother tried to be like new Gallagher once.
What does he smash?
Gallagher too.
But he smashes honeydew, and that's just disgusting.
He stole his brother's business.
Yeah, I think that he tried to do the Gallagher business. He tried to say, "No, I'm Gallagher now."
Tyson, that's what family's for.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Okay. All right.
I don't think OJ's on Twitter, but there's some fake accounts.
Oh, sure. Okay. Let's keep going and let's talk about a story that has from the world of fashion. There's a high-end bag manufacturer that they just put out a $2,145 glazed leather handbag, which looks exactly like a IKEA 99-cent blue plastic bag.
Glazed. That's
Yes.
that's kind of.
That's like unicorn jizz. What's it glazed with?
Yeah.
That's definitely a baller item, dude. Imagine if you showed up to IKEA and they're like, "Oh, I like your bag. What is it? It looks kind of like ours, but not exactly the same." You're like, "Yeah, you can't afford this one, and now I can't afford to shop here."
How much is the bag? It's more expensive than anything at IKEA, I think.
$2,100. Yeah, you could get a full living room and bedroom set.
And almost fit it in the bag.
Yeah.
But then you take it home, and it probably leads to a divorce when you try to assemble it.
Definitely.
So the bag is going to get you divorced?
Well, when you come home with the bag and all the furniture, it's just going to lead to an argument. Why'd you spend so much on the bag? And who's putting all this furniture together?
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. So I don't think that it's necessarily any sort of like compliment to IKEA. I just think it's a really ugly $2,000 handbag. No?
Yeah, I think I doubt they stole the idea from IKEA, but it ended up coincidentally looking like the IKEA bags.
They may not have stolen, but what if they were subconsciously, influenced?
Yeah. I would take one for free. Is our publicist around anywhere that can see if we can get a sample of this product?
Sure.
Tyson, his hat.
That'd be good for your hat.
I don't even think that'll fit your hat. It's so big.
I have a special custom hat box on its way.
Wow.
Oh, thank goodness.
Before we came on, Tyson was giving us an inventory of everything on his desk, but I said, hold on, let's save this for the show. Could you fit everything that's on your desk into a giant $2,000 leather handbag?
Pretty close. Yeah. Pretty close.
Can you give the rundown to the listeners?
We got kitten fur perfume. We got 2 sets of like the concert going earplugs, because I lost a set and then I bought another set and then I found a set. This is when I go to concerts. I have a solar phone charger. I have boxes to like 3 different cell phones from the past. I have a blood lactic acid tester. I have about 7 different flashlights. I got sunglass/eyeglass cleaner. I got my car keys. I got some sunscreen. I got a virtual reality headset. I got some sunglasses. I got an underwater dive light that also counts as a flashlight. I've got checks stacked up because I use the mobile deposit on them, and then I just throw them on this desk. Sure. I've got 2 lint rollers. I got a snow hat. I've got some GoPro accessories. I got batteries.
Yeah, for all the lights.
Yeah, I've got a external hard drive. I've got like.
I still think you're okay. I think that all fits in the bag.
I got 2 different startups. This is a startup Kickstarter projects that I bought, and they came. I got those sitting on my desk.
What Kickstarter projects?
What are they?
One was called Narrative. It's this little camera, and you just wear it. It's clipped. You just wear it on your thing.
Yeah.
But they kind of went out of business.
Oh,
they really did. Oh, this is a gem. An old iPod Nano, I think it is.
Throw that in the garbage.
Yeah, it still works.
Yeah.
Geez. Oh, here's a dark hat care kit for the hat I'm wearing.
A dark hat care kit.
Yeah, it's got some spray to keep your hat dark and clean looking, and a brush in there and stuff. Man, I got a lot of cool stuff, huh? Oh, I got
I'd say random. I don't know about cool.
A bicycle seat post, because why not?
Yeah. Where's the seat, Tyson? What do you do in your free time?
Yeah, I got a bike helmet.
Thank goodness.
And oh, dude, this is a gem.
What is it?
It's an Elvis clock.
An Elvis clock.
Yeah, but Bergen ripped the second hand off of it.
Well, that's okay.
But it's still
And so so Tyson, for the podcast listeners, is holding up a giant wall plaque with the young, like 50s Elvis, with a small clock in the bottom right-hand corner.
I got a record that a listener sent me a long time ago.
Okay, is a David Bowie Changes vinyl album.
Do you have a record player?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, here's some exciting stuff. I got a stick of chalk.
Okay.
I got some hand wraps for boxing.
Yeah, why do you have chalk?
Just in case he finds a dead body, he's gonna have to draw that outline.
We have a chalkboard for Bergen to color on, and I said it there. I got some shoelaces to some boots I owned about 6 years ago.
Okay. Danny, so you think it's all gonna still fit in the bag?
I think he's still well within the bag's limits.
Okay.
These are some great sunglasses.
The only thing I'm worried about is he's gonna have to snap that Elvis Presley clock in half over his knee.
I'll do it.
Okay, to make it all fit.
Yeah, to make it all fit. I think it still works though.
Do you have glue? Could you put it back together wherever you're going?
I have some super glue somewhere, but I don't think it's here.
Okay.
I got a bunch of cool stuff though, huh, guys?
Like Pee-wee's Playhouse over there on that desktop.
Exactly like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Okay, and then one other story to discuss. This is a late-breaking story that was sent in to us by one of our listeners. This one got sent just under the wire by Matt Musia, who let us know about Nordstrom has a new pair of jeans on the market. We talked about the clear knee jeans.
I have a feeling this is going to be good.
Okay, we have jeans with fake mud on them. So they come already dirty with fake mud on them for only $425.
The price is right.
Who's the manufacturer?
Is it a Nordstrom self brand?
No.
Barracuda straight leg jeans. Is Barracuda the brand?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that sounds more right. Nordstrom's branded jeans.
Is this authentic mud?
No, it's fake mud.
Oh, so it's like a stain.
Mm-hmm.
Like more of like a unicorn jizz.
Yeah.
Or
caked on muddy coating, giving the effect of being worn on a day in the dirt.
You know where you wear these pants?
Coachella.
Dirt.
Coachella, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or the dirt.
Or any festival.
Sounds like they're like a they're like a pre-made work pants, so you don't have to use your old jeans to work like in the yard and stuff. You can use these new $400 jeans to do some yard work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't want to, it always sucks those first couple stains. Mm-hmm. So why not just jump right to the stain and then you're not taking your pants.
Here's a service me and Danny are offering, and Rob, you can get in on this business opportunity too.
What is it?
You send us jeans, we will do yard work in them and send them back to you for $50 a pop.
That's fair.
And you cover shipping both directions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess the appeal here is the look of dirt, but if you're like a germaphobe or don't want to be dirty, then
or go outside.
Right.
You're targeting
shower, you're going out. You don't actually want to be in the dirt. Here's some fake dirt to put on.
Or your mom's like, Tommy, you need to get out and play. He's like, I already did.
Look at my jeans.
Right. Leave me alone, Mom. I'm playing Minecraft.
They're really targeting the Howie Mandel, Jeff Probst crowd here, right? The
germophobic.
The germophobic. Yeah, but they're like, I don't want people to try and shake my hand now as like a joke because they know that I'm disgusted by it. So if I wear these dirty jeans, they'll assume I'm over whatever
dirty jeans
I had. Mm-hmm. Done dirt cheap.
They're not cheap. Mike Rowe, the host of Dirty Jobs. You ever see that show, Danny?
Of course.
Yes. He said that this is proof of the country's war on work. Is America at war with working?
No, because we're giving someone a job to make a mess on a pair of pants. We're creating jobs.
We're creating jobs. Yeah, that guy, he's always saying about how there's lots of jobs that are out there. It's just jobs that people don't want.
Yeah. Putting stains on pants, that's a job any guy could do.
Micro's an old school type of thinker. He's not about working smarter. He's about working harder. Where he's just like,
he's like,
you know how you get successful is just by a lot of hard work.
It's like one of those people who think that the only real jobs a person should do is mine coal or pour steel or
lumberjack,
put together ships.
Right.
So it's hard to think that there's jobs that involve ones and zeros.
Right. But those are also the jobs that I think there's a lot of job security there, because a lot of them are, there's no, they're dirty jobs. Those are the jobs robots aren't going to want to do.
Oh yeah, robots won't want to do that, but
right,
we are designing a lot of robots to do that stuff.
No, but they're not going to want to.
Yeah,
have you ever heard the story of Paul Bunyan?
Yeah, the robot's going to say, look, I have the entire knowledge of human history at my fingertips.
Let me play Jeopardy.
I could be doing anything.
Let me just play Jeopardy.
Playing Jeopardy. Let me just sit around in my $450 fake dirty jeans and think about stuff.
Yeah.
And don't bother me in the coal mine.
We should be making dirty or soiled titanium plating that the robots can wear.
Yeah, the cool robots.
Mm-hmm.
So, $450. I'm sorry, only $425.
Oh, that's a bargain now.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? It's like what? It's on sale?
No, I misspoke. It's $425.
I expected it fully to be $450, but the fact that it's only $425 is a little bit shocking. I feel like if we bought them out of supply and sold them for $800 a pop, that'd be a good business.
Well, why not $400 and it has dirt on them or a stain from someone famous or somewhere famous? Like you'll take a pair of jeans, you'll go out to Coachella, couldn't make it to Coachella. Here's a pair of pants. We wipe them in the mud and we'll send you $400. Thank you.
Right.
Pick a fight with
worn jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or pick a fight with Matthew McConaughey on the beach while he's working out.
And get blood all over some clothing and sell it.
Have him push you down in the sand and break your nose or something. Yeah.
Well, a couple other good things. You could wear them to Coachella and then bring them back and return them and say, I didn't wear these.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Return policy can't prove it.
Fantastic return policy.
So tough on returns. And you got to also make sure that if you did get some real Coachella worn jeans, nobody's trying to pull like an Eli Manning fast one on you, and they didn't really get worn at Coachella.
Oh,
it's a big problem in the memorabilia industry.
I saw that headline. Problem. I didn't actually read it, but now you've given me all the information I know to put it all together. Yeah, you got to wear it or else it's not worth it. Tyson should wear stuff when he goes to Reno, like his hats and real authentic Tyson Reno hat.
I did. Yeah. I did wear a hat to Reno.
But sell it.
Yeah, well, I'm open to bidders. I've got the BYU baseball cap and I've got the custom-made cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dan, you got any stories from the bolt hole?
I have got a great story.
Ooh,
in my bolt hole.
Interests are peaked.
Yes, everybody's peaking right now.
Tell us more, Danny.
Guys, this story involves everything I fear. And this is what caught my attention. These women, let me go to the headline.
Hey, now.
Everything you fear and everything you love, or just everything you fear?
No, let me read the headline.
Okay.
Ontario woman told sex shop clerk she had HIV before lunging at him with needle and stealing vibrators.
Oh my God.
That's quite the headline, right? Now, the idea, if someone pulled out a gun and threatened me, I'd be like, okay, I'm scared. Mm-hmm. But if someone pulls out a needle and threatens to stab me, I'm terrified.
Because you don't like needles?
Well, no, I don't know where that needle's been. Needles are disgusting.
Wait a second, though. I think HIV has a pretty short shelf life on a needle.
It doesn't matter. It's the thought of the needle. Like nothing good has ever happened with a needle.
What about
steroids?
Yeah, I guess some guys.
Maybe if somebody came up to you and just like stabbed you and injected you with steroids,
and then you're looking totally shredded, and your mom's like, Danny, are you doing steroids? And you're like, it wasn't my fault, Mom.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh, then that's okay.
But the thing that really caught my attention was just that's terrifying. I mean, first of all, if I work at a sex shop, and we've covered sex shop robberies before,
right?
right? We've figured out they're the greatest place to hit up.
Well, they're bungled. We covered ones where the workers threw the sex toys at the assailant.
So maybe this woman was trying to get the dildos thrown at her so that run away with them instead of having to steal them herself.
Right. Yeah, catch them with her teeth. But yeah, it worked. I mean, it kind of worked. She did end up getting. She got away, but I mean, was later arrested.
Are sex shop toys on eBay like a hot thing? Is that why people are trying to steal this stuff? Because I feel like eBay's like maybe the last place I would go to get.
Well, who's going on eBay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're stealing a truckload of dildos, what are you doing?
Oh, I don't think, was she stealing a truck of them or she just wanted one?
Well, no. Here, let me read a little bit more of the story. I got to give you guys some more context. Okay, first of all, she pulled out an uncapped needle from her purse that appeared to contain blood. So inside the syringe, it appeared to be
there was a
blood.
syringe.
That's terrifying. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to say that it was a syringe needle combo.
I thought it was like just like a sewing needle.
No, that's why it's so scary. Is that
this is
that's
scarier.
disgusting.
Yep.
All right. Then she fled the store with both vibrators with the value of $100 each into a waiting taxi.
Okay.
I mean, the waiting taxi thing kind of blows my mind. As she got to the store in the same taxi. Hold on, I'm going to go into this stop. It just seems weird. Anyway, she eventually was captured because, like most stores, it has surveillance. And she's currently, on probation for that, and she's headed to court. But I mean, the taxi thing, is that the best getaway you can do?
It's better than, well, I'd probably flee on foot. I feel like you
maybe those are, maybe the those vibrators are heavy.
Or large. Did she have the?
Or if you're riddled with AIDS,
bag?
you're riddled with AIDS. Sometimes physically you can't
run.
Well, did she just say that she had HIV?
She
or
said she had it. It doesn't say she has it.
That might have been sort of like Halloween fake blood in the needle.
I feel like that's a serious offense, though. I feel like she's going to prison.
It's a biological weapon, and I don't want to find out. She's committed to the crime if she's actually stuck that in her arm and sucked out blood. Like, that's real commitment.
Yeah. Hey, is this Canada or is this America?
It's Canada.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh my God. We're safe here. We're safe here for now. Still. To all our Canadian brothers and sisters.
Then I'm going to end on a pleasant note, which our listeners have already talked about on Facebook. And that is, there was a Delta flight. And now, guys, a lot of bad things have happened on airlines recently. And Kenny G was on this flight, so already you know it's a good flight. And he told the airplane that if they could raise $2,000 for Relay for Life, he would give a performance mid-flight.
And then how much did people pay for him to not do it?
I know that wasn't an option. That's exactly what I thought. But they raised the money, and then Kenny G, in what looks like a very comfortable sweater scarf combo, wandered up and down the aisles playing his. Whatever that instrument is. It looks like a
sax.
Yeah, is that what it is? It looks very strange.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tyson.
Yeah. I don't do a mouth sax. Does anybody do a mouth sax or mouth trumpet's all we got?
Just trumpet is Rob.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do an alto sax. I'd have to think about one of the Kenny G songs.
Would you guys wish you were on that flight, Tyson?
Yeah. Because I feel like that'd be a dope Snapchat story.
Yeah. I used to work in a catering hall. I feel like there was a lot of like Kenny G music they would play like during like the cocktail hour.
Yeah. Have you ever been on an elevator?
Yeah.
Remember when they used to play music in elevators?
They don't anymore?
And not commercials?
I remember being in elevators recently without having music there. So, yeah.
Oh, great. Now I have to sit in silence with strangers. At least the music was a distraction.
No, a lot of times there's like a commercial. Like if it's a hotel, it's like a commercial for different stuff.
So is his hair naturally that curly? Kenny G? Because that's...
I don't think you're allowed to ask that, Danny.
Is that not acceptable?
You're not allowed to talk about, if Kenny G has real curls or not. I think that's a violation.
It's pretty curly, but it does tie the whole head, face, neck area together with that scarf and sweater. So anyway, that would have been a beautiful moment, magical. I mean, almost unicorn-like to have seen Kenny G on an airplane. with
But
his
do you
horn
feel
in his
like
mouth.
that there was like some like action going back and forth where Kenny G is trying to raise the money, and then there was maybe a counter proposal, like auctioneer trying to raise money to have Kenny G not play and delay the flight?
I think they could have raised. No, they didn't delay the flight.
Oh, it was
They were
during the
already
flight?
yeah, it was during the flight.
Should you be allowed to board a flight with an alto sax? I feel like that's kind of like
that's a weapon.
Yeah, that's a weapon.
Yeah, like you think he might be able to charm the pilot out of the cockpit like a snake, and then take control of the airplane, or what? What's the threat here? That people might fall asleep, including the pilots?
Yeah. Well, everything's on autopilot these days, anyways.
Yeah, and autopilots are not susceptible to adult contemporary.
Okay.
Piloting airplanes is one of the most sought after jobs for a robot currently.
Oh, really?
I think.
Yeah, they get to travel.
There's the stewardesses, not even they're not called stewardesses anymore. They're called flight attendants.
Yeah, robot flight attendants. I think that there's going to be a lot of money getting poured into that industry after everything going on with United and with American and all these different airlines.
Because you think robots are stronger and they'll be able to yank people off the planes easier,
and they have no conscience, so they can
they'll be able to just yank people off the plane in one shot. They won't hurt you. They won't have to like bludgeon you before.
And then their skin is so thick because it's metal that once they get all the hate on Twitter, it doesn't matter to them. They have thick metal skin.
And the blood washes right off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just rinse it off.
One other note, Nordstrom also has a dirty, muddy denim jacket with simulated mud, also for $425.
Oh, where's our publicist? We want the combo.
So you can get the dirty jeans and the dirty jacket. I don't know how the jacket got so dirty.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
but probably fake mud as well. Wouldn't you
at
think
the shoulders,
they use the same?
like it's like really dirty, like around the shoulders. Like I don't know what somebody was doing. It's like if you got like dunked like upside down in mud. I don't know if you were like wrestling a pig. This is what your jacket might look like.
Pig wrestling.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 2 jobs for Sarah McClellan, our publicist.
Yeah.
We got to get that blue handbag. And we got to get jeans and jacket combo. I'm a 32, 34 jeans and a medium jean jacket. Danny?
Okay.
What jeans sizes?
Yeah.
If she can get those jeans, I will put on any size she can get.
Okay. And jean jacket size?
Just because they're from Nordstrom, Danny?
No, because you're more likely, if you're going to be less picky, to get something.
And we're not contacting Nordstrom's for these. We're contacting the company who makes them.
Who makes them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Rob,
the company that makes the mud?
Yeah.
The company that makes the mud and the jeans together.
We want some of the fake mud. We want the clothing. I thought we just wanted the fake mud.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell your size too, Rob? Do you want to wear some jeans, denim on denim?
Yeah, I would love to. I'll take the large jacket and then also give me a 34 waist jean.
Okay, 34, 32 or 34, 34, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I won't be picky.
Okay.
With my
large
jeans.
jacket, I feel like a large jacket's going to really drown you.
It's going to be
I think
too
a
big.
medium.
We could do
he wants to wear the jacket without anything else on, kind of like a long shirt in the morning.
Sometimes I wear medium and it's too small, and sometimes I wear large and it's too big, and I really never know what's
I'm
what.
in that too, but I think the denim is fine to be a little small.
Okay, that's fine. If Tyson says go with a medium, then
I think you guys are being pretty optimistic about getting this.
Are you kidding me? These things are going to be on closeout in like a couple weeks.
Clear.
Yeah, maybe get it then, but right now
at Nordstrom Rack,
a pair of pants.
Well, this is preemptive on their part. Maybe
we're a podcast. We're a podcast with what did you say, Rob? 500,000 downloads an episode.
2 million, I said.
2 million an episode.
Yeah.
500,000 per quarter of episode. That's what you said.
At least half of those are robots.
Yeah. And Tyson could at least pull off the muddy denim jacket and muddy jeans with his cowboy hat.
Oh, for sure.
That'd be a good
look. Could you?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just be in all muddy denim from head to toe over here. All right. Tyson, do we have any new reviews this week?
Yes, we actually. So I didn't know this, but iTunes in Canada and iTunes in the US don't share each other's
That's right.
each
Only in
other's
your
reviews. So Karen M, one of our faithful listeners, I assume,
Most
she
likely.
sent us a screenshot of a few Canadian reviews.
Okay, great.
So let's see. Here we go. Greatest show on earth, 5 stars by Charlie and the Poop Factory.
Yeah.
News AF caused me to experience spontaneous hot fusion every week. My dry cleaning bill has increased, but the laughs are more than worth the financial difficulty.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Perfect for curing my blues AF, 5 stars by review 0070. I listen to News AF every week and it has become my favorite podcast. It's a perfect way to complement a good and sunny day and equally a perfect way to cure a day full of blues AF. Rob, Danny, and Tyson, keep up the fun. I'll be listening.
Okay.
We got 2 more here from Canada. Do we want to hear all of these?
How about one more?
One more. Oh, man. Now it's going to be Trick E. Great pod with the best hosts, 5 stars by Car Monkey. Rob is a great host and Tyson is a rock star. Plus the other guy brings it and always ready to spot the fake news. Listen and be ready to laugh. Sorry, I can read. I'm not illiterate, but the screenshot is a little like it's hard.
Right. We get it.
Sure, Tyson. Sure.
Okay. I am literate for the record.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Okay. Well, great stuff this week. What's the hashtag after this?
Unicorn jizz?
No,
not unicorn jizz.
We had something early. Oh, how about Bradley?
Charles Dickworth?
Bradley Charles Dickworth.
Okay, for Tyson's fake name.
Bradley Charles Dickworth.
That he's writing several books, several
and
Kindle
screenplays.
Books. Yes, and screenplays.
Are they romance novels, Tyson?
Some of them are, but are more serious adventure novels that end up in romance.
Okay.
Everything ends in romance, but some of the books also start in romance.
When are those titles available?
I'm going to start my first one today and probably have it out by the end of the day.
Okay. So be on the lookout for some new works from Bradley Charles Dickworth coming up soon. All right. Of course.
Do I look like a Dickworth?
I think so, especially in the hat.
Especially in the hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like a Dickworth, kind of.
Of course, you can follow Bradley Charles Dickworth on Twitter at Tyson Apostle, and also Daniel Craig Bryson at Danny Bryson. I'm at Rob Sesterino. Thanks so much to everybody who submitted stories this week in our Facebook group AF, and to News AF intern Lita that compiled all the stories we talked about, and to Scott St. Pierre who edited the News AF podcast. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, we also need to thank Sarah McClellan, our publicist, who's going to get us some muddy jeans and some muddy jackets and some designer blue leather handbags.
Okay.
I realize this is a real shot in the dark, Sarah, so don't beat yourself up if you don't get a response from these guys or if they respond in the negative.
Yeah. We'll see. Hey, look.
We'll see. We never know.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, just let them know we have about 2 million downloads per episode.
Yeah, in the U.S., I think.
In the U.S. only, yeah. And internationally, it's at least quadruple that.
Yeah, there's a lot more people in the rest of the world. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.